Chubba Howard.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in this week. We got a mock draft show for you. It's going to be a good one. We're going to be drafting from the 4th position, Jaryd and I, so stay tuned and get ready.
I write it, I drop it, they listen, they bought it. The battle, I fought it, the challenge, they watch it. The hard path, I ran it, the struggles I managed, I never did plan it. We got here, we jamming like, if you came along, baby, let me see your hands. If you want to fall in love, let me see your hands. If you having fun, baby, let me see your hands. In fact, that's not enough. Hey, let me see you stand up.
Hey, Sin City Fantasy guys, we are back.
Yes.
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 For a mock draft show, so, aww. But I hope you like mock draft shows. Yay! So, we just finished our...
We don't do 50, though, a week like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we try to do a couple for you guys. So, I mean, I'll do my mock draft shows by myself.
You do a few, yeah.
Yeah, I like doing them. I think it kind of gets the community together, because I think mock drafting is actually one of the best...
It's become the new pastime.
It's one of the best ways to
really
make your team just a little bit better and enjoy fantasy football that much more.
Huge.
All right, so guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, Sin City Fantasy. Make sure you hit the notifications so you never miss an episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, always comment, because that's just how the algorithm works. If you don't comment, we'll never be at the top for other people to see us. I promise you. We're better than the fancy headliners, at least.
There you go again. You're gonna start some
I'm sure they're gonna finally see the show. They'll be like, "Those motherfuckers keep talking shit about our show." No, they're real good guys. I can tell. It's kind of funny because they're looking to change from a wholesome show to a rated R show, and they just haven't flipped it completely over. They stopped right at PG-13, and I'm like, dude, you guys would be so much better if you just went the full like fuck, shit, ass, drink beer on your show. It'd be great. It's great talking. I mean, I love drinking beer. I love talking fantasy football.
Good time.
Put it on YouTube. It's a winning combination.
Yes.
At least you hope to.
All you need then is wings.
All right. Again, like you said, mock drafting, 4th position. Jaryd and I are going to do it together, so there's going to be a little controversy.
Yeah.
And probably a lot that we do together, because I know by the time we get to our drafts, you're always like, you're fucking, you're sniping me here, man. I'm like, dude, I'm just getting the guys that I want. So, and again, I have a lot of fun doing this. We're going to make sure we get this in. We're going to switch over right now. And draft board is set. Again, we are using the Sleeper app today. We have nobody except for computer guys randomly picking, just to make it go quicker, but we'll talk about each pick.
Too easy.
It's too easy. Again, if you guys want to...
Sleeper's pretty good.
I love Sleeper app. If we didn't start with Yahoo...
Sure.
And have so much history in it, I would suggest we switch over to Sleeper.
We do got a couple of leagues on there, though.
Yeah, we got a lot of leagues on Yahoo. Unfortunately, Sleeper app started a little late for me, but hopefully not a little late for you. Again, if you want,
check it out.
Look up Jaryd.
Yes.
I think Sin City FF.
Yep.
You're on there.
FF, yeah.
And for me, it's just Sin City Fantasy. If you guys look us up, find us. I do a lot of mock drafts with guys. I do a lot of mock drafts, by myself, but I love doing them with people. We get a lot of conversation. It's fun to do the back and forth, and honestly, I get into a little bit more than just fantasy football. We talk, back and forth about life, other sports. Over here. So again, 4th position.
It's a good time. I've seen your videos.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something to do in between, because I do a lot more than actually just do fantasy football videos. Sure. We're actually starting up my other show, Southern Ohio Sports Nation. That's going to be started up this Tuesday.
That was a good one.
And actually, the funny thing is, I'm the guest on that show this time. The co-host, wants to interview me and interview the other guy that I broadcast with for the NFHS network. Yeah. We also broadcast for Chatterbox Live. If you recognize that name, have you heard of that?
I have.
There's a reason. There's a reason why you might have heard of that. Somebody kind of famous just got hired on the Chatterbox Live. Do you know who that is?
No.
Tom Brenneman.
Oh, geez.
So guess what, guys? I'm literally.
Have that voice on there.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Me and Tom Brenneman are that close. Hey, I mean, they hired me. They gave me a couple dollars. They probably hired him for a lot more.
Oh yeah.
But again, you guys are here for the mock draft, the 4th position. Again, I wish you guys could understand that this is not just a content-driven show. we have a lot of content, but we have a lot more to give you just, in personality. So enjoy the show. We're going to start this draft. Again, I imagine CMC or Dalvin Cook, and there you go. So we got Dalvin Cook, McCaffrey, Barkley. Right now, you're gonna watch Jaryd. He's gonna have a tough time because he can't see anything.
That's gonna be great.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it up. So I gave him 5 minutes. We got Derrick Henry and Kamara. We just had our running back ranking show. We've all decided Kamara goes above Henry now. So and that's where I'm at. So I'm trying to make sure that
number 1 offensive line, rush yards per game, top 10. Gotta love it. Confusing quarterback schedule or situation.
Kamara. All right, we'll put Kamara in there. We get him at 4th position. Henry goes right behind him. Hill, Chubb, Taylor, Elliott. Then on the turn in the 10th position, Jones and Adams. So they picked both Green Bay guys. Jones and Adams comes back. Kelsey, Eckler, Hopkins. Hopkins, we didn't talk about him, which we can right now because it's not a running back ranking show. Sorry, guys. I got a couple comments like, hey, it's a running back ranking show. Why are you talking about all this other bullshit? Well, here's the thing. Hopkins is actually thinking about holding out this year because he doesn't want to get his vaccine for COVID. That's his right as a person.
Possible top 5 finisher right there.
Missing out on a couple dollars.
I think that's why Fitz is thinking about retire. It makes sense now because Fitz was holding out of retirement, so it all comes together. A little bit more information.
All right, coming back after Hopkins, we got Gibson and Mixon.
Gibson, and Rye.
I think it makes our decision very easy. The number 1 receiver that in points per reception leagues, do you remember who it is? Stephon Diggs is still out there.
What are the running backs available?
We're looking at, let's see, Najee Harris, which we hate. We talked about him.
We don't hate him.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's out there. Yeah, I mean, Dobbins. I mean, we're looking at our last tier. I mean, that's
give me that. We got to find something on there.
Sorry.
You're good. You don't got to do that.
There we go. So, my pick right now would be easy. It'd be Stephon Diggs, a guy that is looking to get almost 140 receptions this year, looking to break Marvin Harris's record of 144 again. They got 17 games to do it in.
We can do that because I got something to come back on.
Yeah, and that's when you guys are doing. And we're going to talk about this. Hopefully, Rodgers can make it. These are big things when we're doing mock drafting. You want to use these same skills that we're going to try to.
I think Diggs is my
you.
wide receiver 1 in my list. I don't have it with me, but it's strength of schedule, offensive line. He's going to be saucy. He might even finish wide receiver 1.
So we will go with Stephon Diggs, Metcalf, Kittle, Najee Harris.
So we have both our number 1s, and we have CMC at number 1.
Yeah.
Kamara was my number 1.
Michael Thomas.
We got both my number 1.
Went early 3rd. I think that's going to drop down with the recent news.
Can you change that on there?
I can change it, but at the point right now, it's not worth it. If you want to try to show them it's going to be hard to get them in the 5th or 6th round like we were talking about. So we'll kind of move on from there. Calvin Ridley, right in front of that leaving us with Jefferson, Allen, or McLaurin. On the running back side, we got Hilaire, Montgomery, and Carson. And then which I don't take early round quarterbacks. And again, and I don't want to just keep telling you guys tune in tomorrow to see why, but you need to tune in tomorrow and see why we don't take early round quarterbacks. It is the way it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to explain it too much here, but I'm definitely not taking a quarterback. There's a wide receiver out there in Jefferson. I think he's a great mid-3rd round pick. Again, a guy that led rookies.
Yep.
I can't even remember a rookie that had more yards and more receptions than he did.
It was kind of a year where Thielen was coming off an injury year, wasn't he?
Yeah. So Thielen
could have a slight slowdown there, but
I think Jefferson's a really good pick right now.
That's a good combo.
Early 3rd round. Again, in this league right now, in this mock draft, we're doing 1 wide receiver, 2 running backs, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers.
There you go.
Tight end, flex, defense, kicker, and we'll get to the end.
That to me is the optimal. I mean, you can add the flex in there, but it's real football. 3 wide receiver set, two backs in the backfield, you're ready to go.
Yeah. All right, so I think with our pick, we both decided Jefferson is a good pick
Strong
right
start,
there.
yeah.
At the 3.4, Mahomes going right behind him.
Right there.
Dobbins, Edwards-Helaire, Waller in the 3rd round, McLaurin, Carson and Swift on the turn, and then Montgomery, Sanders, Allen, your boy A-Rob getting taken, and Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin getting taken before Evans. It was a little interesting.
I like it.
I can't do it.
Godwin, everyone was real high on Godwin last year until he got hurt.
So. Yeah. Right now, at running back, your boy, and I think you're going to be happy about this, Darrell Henderson out there in the 4th round, which I think is a really good spot for him.
It is.
Where do we have Akers? Yeah. When we did the mock draft, we had Akers
right there.
early second, mid-second, and if you can get Henderson, which we don't
as
think
it stands right now, Henderson's there. Is Gibson still available? And Mixon? Mixon's gone. Gibson there?
Gibson is way gone. He's been gone for 2 rounds. I know. Again,
Gaskin. I'm sorry. Gaskin, not Gibson.
Gaskin is ready to go. He's a couple picks away, though. So
you probably get him back.
If we're playing the ADP game, we might be able to get him on the way back. And
we actually have a couple. Who's our receivers available?
That's what I was going to go. We have Evans. I'll say Cooper, but I don't think we're taking Cooper. We'd take CeeDee Lamb before him. We got Bobby Trees and DJ Moore, Kenny Galladay. I think that's where we stop right there. It's either Evans or Lamb here in the 4th round. I just think Cooper. He's on the PUP list, and he probably may not play the first.
I think he's starting out on the
weeks.
PUP list to bypass training camp. I think he's going to come back, and they're going to use him prominently to sell him. So I'm not really high on CeeDee Lamb just because. I mean, I'm not low on CeeDee Lamb. I'm just not reaching for CeeDee this early. I might actually try to talk you into running back here.
It wouldn't be hard to. Honestly, there's a couple wide receivers I can see us going and getting on the way back. Or if Gaskins is there, I think he's a good spot.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, how do you feel about like a Davis or a Gordon or a Henderson? I mean, Henderson, for what he is right now, he's the obvious choice.
I think we can wait. I think Henderson right now would be the spot.
we can wait on him? Yeah.
I think we can wait. I think with what we're looking at right now, we have Henderson sitting there, and I think we can get Gaskins on the way back. The one thing I'm looking at, though, is there's no team in between us and our comeback with all running backs. A couple of them only have 1 running back. A couple of them have 2. One has 2. So
I'm sure the Swifts and the Lindsays will go and Jacobs, but we're not really trying to target people like that. We want high upside here. So.
I think in the upside game, I do like Evans. I mean, I still think he's a PPR monster. He's probably going to lose a little bit of that deep threat, but him and Brady were just on fire at the end of the year last year. So
with Evans though taking him, can you think we could double back with a Robinson or an Allen?
A-Rob?
Still take that,
or like
a
James,
very
James
coveted
Robinson.
running back 2 spot. Yeah,
no,
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson's gone.
Okay.
So A-Rob's gone. I know this is where it gets tough. We can either take a running back.
Yeah, I'm going to solidify running backs here.
Let's go,
because we already have
Darrell Henderson is who we're going with.
Yeah, I mean that's just right now, guys.
We hit our 5-minute mark. Let me pause that draft. Yeah, I knew we would get close, so let me change these players real quick. We will go there.
Pay attention, man.
I know. Remove, and we will continue draft again. That's why I love the sleeper app. It's not like Yahoo. You can't mess around with anything. You can't stop anything. It's got ourselves Darrell Henderson. We come back. Oh, hold on. It's doing something weird. Hold on, I'll get it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, I know. We can never do a show that literally works.
Good technical difficulties.
Yeah, Jaryd, take over.
But
But we did talk about Gaskins coming back. So we lost out. Henderson, we took him in the 4th round. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Gaskin is still there in the 5th round, but we lost out on Lamb, Cooper, Evans, Jacobs, and Julio Jones.
Which I'm fine with all of that.
Okay, so Gaskins is still there. At wide receiver, we still got Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, DJ Moore. I like him there. We could either go with Cooper Kupp also.
I like him more than Trees this year.
Yeah.
Just at the value. I mean, you can get him a round or 2 later.
Yeah. Even though we're not probably going to take an early round quarterback, the quarterbacks out there, Murray, Jackson, Prescott. I mean, we still got plenty.
We could do that and have a pretty solid team, but I think we could look even more solid with a few extra players between there. Hell, you were pretty high on Rojo, but we can get him later as well.
Yeah, he's honestly a lot later in the draft again.
Gaskin or Gordon. Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, we can still get
Yep.
way down. We can get him maybe next round.
We can wait as well. So I mean, just how you feel
Let's
about
go.
Gaskin versus
What I'm
waiting for
looking at
McLaurin,
right now
or
is I'm going to throw Cooper Kupp in there.
Is McLaurin still available?
McLaurin was not even close to being available.
Okay, cool. That's as it should be. I'm just looking at my list here. I can't see her.
All right, so on the way up, team 5 through 10, we got DJ Moore got taken, Kareem Hunt, Murray, Jackson, Lamar Jackson.
Here they go.
Gaskins went, Hawkinson,
There you go.
Prescott, Bobby Trees, OBJ, Galladay, Andrews, and then Lockett, which still leaves us with a really good wide receiving core. I want to say we got Deontay Johnson sitting there, a good PPR guy. Out of our running backs, we still got a lot of running backs we like in those later rounds. We got a Mostert, we got Gordon, we got Javonte Williams. Did you want to try to do the Javonte Williams-Gordon right now and see what happens?
Might work, yeah.
Okay, so let's go.
So that'd be our running back 3 and 4?
Yeah, so let's do that. We can go Gordon right now. It's a little different style of play. We got Etienne, Ayuk going off, Pitts, Johnson, Davis, Thielen leaving us with Javonte Williams.
See, Thielen right there is tremendous value.
But we already had Jefferson.
Oh yeah.
So we don't want to lock down 2 receivers from the same team, so we're fine.
Yep.
Javonte Williams it is. We talked about it. We're going to take 2 running backs from Denver. We hope.
Can we go one more round, you think?
No, it's happening. We talked about this. It is happening this round. Javonte Williams.
I guarantee you we'll have a receiver fall to us for a 3rd.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Herbert goes.
I have a good
Chase
idea.
Edmonds goes. Higgins. Robbie Anderson. He has moved up in the ADP. He used to be going around round 10. Now he's going back of the 7th.
Yeah.
Chase, Jamar Chase there. Sutton, DJ Chark, Russell Wilson, Claypool gone. There's a wide receiver I like. I hope you know who I'm talking about right now. You got, you got Johnson and Claypool gone from Pittsburgh. I still think this guy's got juice, and that's Juju. Has got juice. I think we can get him in the 9th. We got to play that ADP game, but he is the first wide receiver on the list right now, and that's the guy I want. Again, a guy who's right under 1,000 yards, getting close to 100 receptions. PPR is still there. They're gonna keep him in the slot. They like him in the slot. Ben Roethlisberger still there. He can control the offense. He can do at least 3 flex options. What I mean by that is either 3 wide receivers, a running back, a tight end, a wide receiver. There's 3 wide receivers right there that are going to be fantasy options all year long. I still think Juju's there, and I think he's a good pick in the 8th round. That's just my say of it. I will tell you about more. We got James Robinson, Ronald Jones, running backs that we love. And here's the thing. And when I talk about, we talk about tiers. And we will talk about this tomorrow. If right now we're set on 1 wide receiver and we look at the running backs and there's 3 or 4 running backs that we like, they're in the same tier, why not get the wide receiver and hope one of those 4 running backs that we like come back to us?
Because we got a lot of sleepers that are still there.
And see what happens. So right now we're looking at running backs. We like James Conner. We like James Robinson. We like Ronald Jones. And then your boy, which I'm going to switch you over for just a second, David Johnson out of Houston.
Yes. So what did I say he finished within the games that he played last year? I think he was top 10.
Top 10.
He was. And guys, the floor was there. All he needed was another running back to take away the workload. He probably might have played further into the year, and if that was the case, he's finishing top 15, top 20. It's very strange there what they're doing in Houston, but it seems to be working. And if David Johnson if he's still ready to go, he could be a prominent sleeper late in drafts.
All right, so we're gonna play the tier game. We got a lot of running backs we like.
Yes.
There's 1 wide receiver that I'm kind of hot on right now, and that is Juju. I think he's a good pick. I'm going to resume the draft. I pause it just in case Jared went a little long. James Robinson goes next. Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Deebo Samuel, Damian Harris, a guy, and then Rojo goes right before our pick. So, again, we knew this was going to happen. We were going to lose a few, leaving us, again, with James Conner or David Johnson. You like David Johnson. I think they got to use him. He's going to be used. We also need to start thinking about our quarterback situation. We got Brady, Stafford, Tannehill still out there. A lot of quarterbacks that are going to finish in the top 10, I think, this year. and they're normally going right around the 9th, 10th, 11th round. So I think we're either now we get them or we try to wait. Again, there's 3 wide receivers I think I just said right there that you're happy with if we come back around and get, and we can lock down David Johnson with this pick right now. But that would give us 5 running backs, and I think that's about almost it.
Is the Denver receivers gone? Sutton?
Courtland Sutton, yes, he should be gone by miles.
A round to go, yeah.
Yeah.
2.
So receivers I see that I know that you'll like. Jarvis Landry's still out there. Your boy Hollywood Brown, but I don't think he's much of shit lately. You know,
I need a deep bomber.
Darnell Mooney's jump up the list, especially with Anthony Miller getting traded.
Yeah.
So right now we got a minute 40 left. Do you want to grab David Johnson?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
That'd be our running back 5. And we're pretty
running
set.
back 5. I think we're pretty set. We're going to be mixed between the Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams.
Now again, guys, we know of the durability of Johnson, but we're anticipating his durability to increase since some work will be going to Lindsey.
Yeah.
And they do have a pretty rough schedule, so that work will be distributed. Yeah. David Johnson definitely has the advantage. He's a bigger back, better receiver.
Yeah, he is an outside runner with
news that Watson's coming back.
Yeah, and we hope he does come back. Right now, after all of that, we lost Michael Carter. He's going earlier than normal. Sure. He went in the 9th round. Trey Sermon goes. Will Fuller, Fournette, Samuel. So Curtis Samuel's gone. Tyler Boyd, which I don't think we worry about too much. Drake goes. Cook. Your boy, Brandon Cook goes. Jalen Waddle, a guy that you were looking for in a couple later rounds. Yeah. Zach Moss, then Noah Fant. But we talked about it right now. We're between 2 guys, and this is what I like the best. We can play this game a little bit even more. So think about this. James Conner's sitting right there, and we talked about we don't really want another running back, but look at this. We can get another running back because the next 3 teams that we're going to be seeing have quarterbacks already. We still have Brady, Stafford, and Tannehill still out there. If all 3 of them take a second quarterback on this pass, then we're screwed. But that'd be pretty crazy. Yeah. So always be thinking about that. Who's going to be picking in between you, and who do they have, and what are you going to do with that? So right now, I think we can actually wait on quarterback one more round. We can look at tight ends. We got a guy, Logan Thomas, Gesicki, Tanyan. Higbee's one of my favorites. Henry, Jonnu.
See, I like Gesicki.
Gesicki?
Yeah. But, if we can wait on him too, then we got more value to go. We can still.
Gesicki would be a guy we'd have to get right now if we were going to get him. Yeah. Between him and Logan Thomas from Washington. Logan Thomas had a really good end of the year last year, but that wasn't with Fitzpatrick.
True that.
Fitzpatrick doesn't tend to throw
Logan
to
Thomas
his tight ends.
did well with Finley, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is that who it was over there?
Logan Thomas did well with your boy with the busted leg.
Yeah. I thought it was Finley, but
we're falling off the rails here. We got to
make
a pick.
You get what I'm trying to say.
We can either go with James Conner and come and hopefully get our quarterback in the 11th round, and then hopefully we'll have Gesicki, maybe Higbee, Henry. I'm looking at Evan Ingram this year. I like Evan Ingram this year. He got a lot of targets last year.
And he'll be slept on.
I think we leave our tight end one more time. I think this is the year you're going to want a lot of running backs.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be a lot of problems. There's an extra game. Again, an extra game means extra chance.
And the way they went down last year.
All right. So what we just did fucked us. Completely fucked us.
What happened?
What do you think happened?
All the quarterbacks
went. Every single team got a second quarterback. Guess who they picked? Brady, Stafford, Tannehill. All of them gone.
That's fine.
So guess what? Do not, and this is another thing. Do not be the one at the end of a trend. And that's one of my little things. The trend was quarterback. There's nobody that's going to be up there right now that you like. I see a couple quarterbacks later that can still fill in. We got Carson Wentz. He was an MVP candidate. Yep. He was a top 5 quarterbacks three years ago until he got hurt in the 13th week.
Yep.
He's got a good team. Watson could play. I don't think he'll play though, honestly. So
I think he's gonna play.
We got Mayfield. Yeah. He's out there. I mean, but Joe Burrow finished. We got Lawrence.
Where's Big Cam at?
Matt Ice.
I think Cam Newton was quarterback 4 from weeks 1 through 5 last year.
Yeah.
Before COVID hit.
So
There's still plenty of value.
Well, learn from us right there. Again, we tried to play the tier game and the
now we're
ADP
streaming.
game, and now we're going to stream quarterbacks, and it's fine. They're going to be out there. You can stream a quarterback and get a top.
Herbert was streamed last year, so.
Oh yeah, I picked him up week 5.
And again, Cam, I'm always reliant following Cam. I'm never have a problem following on
There's
Cam.
Cam Newton's out there.
Easier schedule. He'd get half his team back from holding out last year. As long as they don't hold it out again. Cam's looking real saucy.
So at tight end, since they didn't take anybody, Logan Thomas and Gesicki went. So basically all 6 picks were guys we wanted. Yep. That has never happened to me. Sleeper.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, this is basically, we got sniped 6 times on this one. It went Logan Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Tom Brady, Gesicki, Stafford, and Tannehill.
Hunter Henry there?
Hunter Henry is still there.
Pick him up.
I think we
Cam's boy this year.
I think we can get him.
Cam's boy this year.
I think we can get Higbee on this one.
Oh, I like a Higbee.
I love Higbee this year.
Yeah.
He's the man. He's gonna be the man out there. Stafford
Everett's
loves tight ends.
Yeah.
Lawrence goes. Burrow goes. Tanyan's gone.
Yep.
Hollywood Brown gone. Michael Williams, Gus Edwards, Singletary, Hines, Antonio Brown gone.
I like Rager. Yeah, you put him on the queue.
Jalen Rager up there. Did you want to grab Hunter Henry and do back-to-back tight ends to have one?
I only take one, but do you usually do a backup tight end?
I do a backup tight end. And I think we still got a lot of backup tight ends. Again, we talked about
I don't think we
Evan
need
Ingram.
to. Yeah, I think we can do that. We need some receivers.
We need receivers. I switched over there, and there's plenty to go.
Okay.
We got Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Got Aguilar. He's the number 1 receiver.
I like Rager.
In New England.
Well, you got that Matthews guy.
Jalen Rager.
Yeah.
We got Gage. Hilton.
Curtis.
Curtis Samuel's been taken.
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney's.
He's looking pretty hot in training camp.
I think that's probably why they got rid of
it's possible.
Miller, because Mooney looks so good.
Yep.
I kind of want to stay away from Pittman. I mean, Pittman last year went 40 catches for 500 yards and a touchdown. I don't think he's the guy that's actually going to dominate in this Colts offense. I actually think it's going to be a Pascal. I think Pascal will be really good. I think he's a good...
the only problem with those guys is Hilton has to die.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
I think he's on. Honestly,
he will linger, and that will harm you in trying to make that judgment call, because they're going to get their explosive games. Their strength of schedule is really good.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to have them on your team, but choosing the right one is going to be a bitch.
All right. Before we make this pick, and right now I think we're both on Henry Ruggs. Is who I think I like.
Sure.
But then you got John Brown there now. So
yeah.
John Brown moved
That's
over.
why I was saying I like Rager.
So
just based on where
I think we'll be able to get Rager on the way back. We can get them both. So let's go Ruggs here.
And which is never a bad thing, because Ruggs' speed
I think I'll be right on this one. Mooney goes before that and leaves us Rager. Sorry, I don't want to say it wrong. And we'll take Rager to move this along. Again, right now we have, at wide receiver, we got Diggs, Jefferson, Kupp, Juju Smith-Schuster, Ruggs, and Rager. I think we got a good unit of wide receivers, and now we're going to take our defense and our kicker.
You know what defense I'm targeting?
I don't. What do you want?
Oh, you know what defense I'm targeting.
I'm going to say the 49ers, because right now the Rams, I almost said the Redskins.
They're still there.
That's bad. Yeah. The Washington football team, the Bucks, and the Patriots are gone. I like the Colts.
I think there's a team that has two really good pass rushers on the same team now. I can't remember who it's called. I think they're orange.
Just spit it out.
Cleveland Browns.
Them Cleveland Browns, baby.
And again, I pick up my defense last in drafts.
Yeah, this is basically
we're in a nice spot here because we went really early with our running back tandem.
Yeah.
And we got that value out of that Denver backfield, which is going to produce guys.
Yeah.
So.
I just got to find the Browns. I mean, you'd think they'd be up there. Yep, so take the Browns there in the 14th round.
I just feel they're guaranteed top 10 in efficiency, and their sacks are going to go up from last year, which is always bodes well.
Here's what I'm going to suggest to you guys. Right now we are doing a mock draft. A mock draft, you want to actually draft like you are in a regular draft.
And that's what I do.
In a regular draft, if you wait till the last round to take a kicker, guess what you do? Mm-hmm. Do you know what to do? You probably don't. You don't take a kicker.
Exactly.
You take the kick. Wait till the last round to take a kicker. You don't take a kicker until the last day before the season starts. because you never know what's going to happen, and that's where we're going to find our sleeper picks.
Correct.
And we need another wide receiver. We talked about it. Or do you know what we should do finally? Get a quarterback.
So who do we have available? This is the last pick.
No quarterbacks are really taken other than Matty Ice. So we still have
Matt Ryan,
Mayfield. Yeah, Matt Ryan's gone. We have Mayfield, Cousins, Wentz, Watson, Fitzpatrick. Cam's out there. Roethlisberger's out there. Honestly, Ben Roethlisberger, huge pick right now. I think that's the easiest one to go
between him and Cam for me or Wentz.
It's Roethlisberger all the way.
Yeah.
I think having Juju
He's your only
there.
500-yard pass attempt that's possible in that range. Wentz could possibly get there just with their weak running backs. Yeah. And both their running backs are receivers. So.
Yeah, and we already talked about it. As soon as you get past that last tier, like we talked about Brady, Stafford, Tannehill, you're going to be streaming a little bit. It's going to happen, and that's what you're going to do. So we're going to get Roethlisberger, and probably at some point in the game when they play like the Ravens or something, and we know they're going to have a tough. We'll drop, who's ever just not playing well or who's ever hurt.
Yep.
And we'll pick up, maybe like a Taysom Hill for that week. Taysom Hill's still out there. Jameis Winston's still out there.
It's all about the mobility, guys. I mean, there's guys they use their legs in the pocket.
Yeah.
Automatically. I mean, look at RG3. He didn't last long, but the year he was there, he was a fantasy stud. Yeah.
So again, look at the team. Our team rounds out like.
We also could go crazy sneaky and go Jameis.
Well, that's what I mean. Like at this point in the draft, it's the last pick at 15th round.
Just
normally, let's do like 16 rounds. I always try to keep it even.
Yeah.
Keep it 16 round or 18 round, and we can go with a Winston, a Taysom Hill if he's getting the starting job. Roethlisberger.
You got other
Cam
players
Newton.
out there too, like James White, who's back on the Patriots.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff you can.
Do not just grab a kicker just to grab a kicker.
Just to fill that. Well,
yeah. You never know what's going to happen. An injury could happen, and guess what? You don't have to pay the waiver, or you don't have to pay the fab. Or you don't ruin everything by doing
Someone
that.
Someone like Cam Akers could go down like CMC, and you picked up Chuba Howard last. There you go.
Yeah.
There's your kicker spot.
And there you go.
Just 1 year lead.
And you're like, well, shit, now, and you're lead, you won. I've seen it happen.
That important. That's why the draft, man. You can't oversleep on the draft.
Again, a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't win a championship at the draft, but you can really fuck up. You
can really lose it at the draft. You definitely can." So
again, our team follows out at quarterback. We got Roethlisberger. Again, got him last round.
With possibility of like Cam and Wentz on the bench, guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Don't think of it just like, hey, we're gonna stick with Roethlisberger the entire year. It's just not gonna work out. Running back, Kamara, Henderson, Gordon, Javonte Williams, so we'll be figuring out what's going on there. David Johnson, James Conner. At our wide receivers, got the number one wide receiver from last year.
And
we got the number one wide receiver, number one running back. So Stephon Diggs, Jefferson, Cup.
That's rough.
Juju Smith-Schuster, and then we got Ruggs and Rager, and hopefully they step up.
And we got a little combo going on. We could maybe even go find the tight end from Pittsburgh if we didn't go with a Hunter Henry.
Not a bad idea. Yeah. But right now we got Higbee.
Sure.
So again, if in the 16th, 17th round, if
all
you
kinds
wanted
of
to get like
if you're a combo
an Ebron or something like that. So,
we haven't even got into combos yet. Maybe we'll add a segment with comboing.
Yeah.
In the receiver segment.
Again, I think we got a good team. We got Higbee at tight end, and then at defense we got your Cleveland Browns. I'm okay with that. At kicker, we don't have nobody. Again, if you were listening to it, there's a reason why we don't have anybody.
I'm partial to Elliott. If you're from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get your top of the line guys.
But again,
get Butker.
Pick him up if he's not a guy everyone targets, but he's going to get those points. So don't be afraid to not draft the kicker because you got guys like Elliott.
I just look at it like this. And guys, there's 10 teams. There's 32 kickers in the league. The other 9 teams are just going to take one kicker.
Yeah.
That means if you get the last kicker, you possibly have a top 10 kicker.
And that's 15 to 20 points a game. I think you beat me in a championship because of a fucking kicker. So.
Yeah, and that's why I really hope someday that we get rid of kickers in all of fantasy. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. Again, I think we got a good team.
I'd be the same as getting rid of the tight end spot. Who the fuck does that?
It happens. Again,
our league did that.
In leagues that the champion gets to pick the rule, then that's what happens.
Stupid.
Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Jaryd here. You can see him on Discord at Sin City Fantasy. You can check him out on Sleeper at Jaryd Sin City FF, I want to say. Or you can find me at Sin City Fantasy on Sleeper. Or you can check us out on our Discord app at Sin City Fantasy. Again, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell because we never know when an episode's going to hit. So that means you have no idea when an episode's going to hit.
Which makes it all the funner.
Yeah.
And we're not going to blast your phone with notifications every hour.
So again, never miss an episode, and make sure you, again, comment. Make sure you comment.
Tell us what we're doing wrong.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could be doing some stuff wrong. This is
we very well could. We have day jobs. So.
Again, thanks again for tuning in. Roger should be here tomorrow. Check out our Monday episode, all about drafting, what to do, what not to do.